reviews, news, deep dives into filmographies, and really, whatever the hell we want to talk about from the movie world. This is the Vick Flicks podcast on Nashville Movie Dispatch. Welcome back for another episode of the Vick Flicks podcast right here on Nashville Movie Dispatch. I'll be your host for the show, the EIC at Sobros Network. Big Natural, Stoney Keeley. You can follow me on social media at Stoney Keeley and keep up with all of our work at NashvilleMovieDispatch.substack.com. Joined as usual by my co-host for the show. He is the man whose namesake it bears. He is a board member of the Music City Film Critics Association. He is a member of the Southeastern Film Critics Association. He's our resident film critic here at Nashville Movie Dispatch, Mr. Big Shot himself, Brandon Vick. Brandon, how you doing today, my man?
Sweaty.
It is
real sweaty.
Intensely hot outside today.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you know, it's mid-August in Nashville, Tennessee, and unlike most of our shows where we joke about what month it is, no, this is real time. We're recording this in mid-August to release in mid-August. And it is, I don't know how else to describe it than brutal. I mean, it's just you're outside and it feels like the heat is a force acting against you.
Yeah. I think we've had a heat advisory for like 2.5 weeks.
That's like what the real feel is, like 113 or something like that.
113, 114.
With that humidity. And it just, you know.
And I'm used to, we're used to that, but geez. And there's nothing worse than having that kind of weather, and then you go into stores and it's like fall and it has Halloween stuff, and it's like,
yeah, I know.
I ain't there. I ain't there by a long shot.
Was just telling you my YouTube ambiance algorithm is starting to show like the Halloween videos, the fall videos, and stuff like that.
Well, we're at a Scottish
pub right now.
I guess that's a pub. That looks a little fancier, but I see the candle, that fire going.
Yeah, I mean it's nice.
Yeah,
it is nice. It's nice to be here too on the Vick Flicks podcast.
Oh yeah, thanks.
We are talking about The End of Oak Street.
Yeah,
which you told me the other day you kind of felt like this might be the last like hoorah of summer, so to speak, of the summer blockbuster season, so to speak.
But then I found out Jason Statham's got a movie coming out.
So it ain't over yet.
Yeah, how stupid of me.
Stand corrected.
But yeah, no, I do. I think this is kind of the last. This is kind of the tail end of it. This is kind of like the last big one that people didn't maybe quite know what to expect or how's it going to be. Because honestly, between Odyssey and Spider-Man,
they've been dominating.
Else has kind of been left in the dust. Yeah.
But this was getting some pretty fun reviews.
Yeah, I think I just looked and I think it's at now like certified fresh at 80 something, 84, 85%.
That's kind of crazy to me. I mean, we'll get into our thoughts on the film. I have a hard time giving it a positive review.
I think, without getting too much into it right now, I think it's almost sort of being graded on a curve. I think the way that it makes you feel and what it reminds you of, it has kind of taken a hold more than maybe like what the movie really is. Kind
of like that feeling. And I would say, I would agree with this. It's like they don't make many movies like this anymore.
No, they don't.
Where it is like summer blockbuster popcorn flick.
Absolutely.
They've got some really good names attached to this thing, and it's a unique story. Yeah. I mean, it is, if nothing else, this story is quite original.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, like you said, it's got a great cast, and I get the feeling, because the movie takes place in early 80s, and it does have that feel of sort of like the old school kind of Spielberg stuff that, it was almost like it was goofy, but it was fun, and it was exciting, and End of the Oak Street has that. Yeah. But not maybe quite like, the classics of Spielberg and those even like I would even throw in Indiana Jones and stuff. Like it's just kind of this like freedom of, hey, let's just go on this grand adventure, or hey, something bad's happened, whether you believe it or not, kind of leave that shit at the door and just ride with it. And I hope they survive.
How do you want to approach this show? Do we want to put spoilers on it and warn people, or do we want to stay spoiler free? Because I will say there's like my critique of this film comes down to one moment that kind of took me out of it and ruined the rest of the experience for me.
I think
but I think I can do it in a way that doesn't give anything away.
Well, here's the thing. It's out now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's done, it's out, and people probably have already shared it on social media. So, I mean, we could just throw up a spoiler warning and just kind of go for it. Say if you don't want to know anything else about it,
yeah, just stop the podcast
listen to it when you get back. Because there might be a way, but I think the conversation would be more... I think it would be more fun if we could just
flesh things
say
out
it
a little
out
more
loud
instead of speaking in vague generalities.
Yeah, and trying to tiptoe around it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, where do you want to start with this one then?
Well, first, I brought this up to you after the movie because we had stopped to get some drinks before we went in, and the bartender said, we're talking about what, like, hey, we're going to go see this dinosaur movie. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I mean, at least it's not another one of those Jurassic Park ones.
Yeah. Sorry, we have company in
and
the
I
studio.
I get what he's saying, but then I thought, you know what? I can't think of that many live action dinosaur movies that don't have Jurassic at the beginning.
And I told you the only one I could think of was that Adam Driver. Yeah. I don't want to call it shitty because I didn't see it.
I mean, it's not very good, but it's called 65.
The Adam Driver movie.
It is kind of a sci-fi futuristic dino. But so I'm like, I guess it is kind of tough to try and have again, live action, because I also took my son to see Paw Patrol, the Paw Patrol new movie, and dinos are in that.
Yeah.
But live action, because one, you'll never not get compared to Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it. But it's also kind of a bit ambitious because you're also kind of reminding people of Spielberg's movies by doing this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I almost just appreciate that someone said, hey, let's do this. And I mean, this doesn't give anything away, but obviously, this neighborhood is basically transported to the time of the dinosaurs. How and why, it doesn't really matter. They sort of try to get it to it, but it doesn't.
I will say, like, if you're into science fiction and like some of the fringe theories out there, I did think that The End of Oak Street does try to like give a plausible explanation for things and stuff like, recently what the researchers came out and said, actually, we think the dinosaurs might have been covered in fur, covered in feathers.
Yeah.
Like the dinosaurs in this movie have their feathers. So it is kind of like, okay, it's a wink and a nod to some of this, like, I don't know if you'd call it pseudoscience, but like theoretical physics, that sort of thing, wormholes and portals in time and stuff like that.
And I guess that's also a way to have some kind of distinction and separation from what we know and grew up as far as what dinosaur movies were.
Yeah. I feel like they did just the right amount of explaining without bogging down where the entertainment value is in the story. It's like, we're going to throw this in there and it explains what's happening to a certain extent, but we still kind of want to focus on these characters here.
Yeah, and honestly, for the type of movie that it is, I don't think it really does matter.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to bring it up because if these characters just act like, well, okay, we just got to kill these dinosaurs, maybe, like, you have to acknowledge something strange is happening.
Yeah.
And they try, but honestly, it is just about surviving. And I asked you because this is from David Robert Mitchell, who did It Follows.
In 2014. Not an extensive filmography for David Robert Mitchell.
Yeah. And then he did an Andrew Garfield movie called Under the Silver Lake, which I don't think went really well. And so now he's back with this one, a totally different kind of movie from the other two.
What was It Follows? I don't remember that one. But was it also horror?
It is straight up horror.
Straight up horror.
And it's about like basically it's almost like a virus, and like it goes from person to person, and like, am I remembering this right? What's this? Basically, it was like a metaphor for having sex and like STD, because if I forgot how you got it, but then like an only way to stop, because like they keep coming after you, so like they don't run. But you could be like down the street and there's just someone that's always approaching, and they never stop no matter how fast you are going. And I think the only thing was to basically, break the cycle and have it be turned on someone else. I'm not doing this movie any favors, but
was it good?
But it's great. It is one of the best horror movies of like the past 10 years at least.
So Under the Silver Lake is classified as a black comedy thriller.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about it. And parts of me thinks I don't even know if I watched it all the way through, because it's almost 2.5 hours. And even though I love Andrew Garfield, I just remember thinking it was kind of weird and kind of like boring, but also just like it just meanders. Like you don't even know. Like it's supposed to be kind of this detective
Topher Grace is in it.
Story. Well, never mind.
Take it back.
I take it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it is supposed to be kind of this like L.A. noir thing, but I
had a budget of $8 million and made $2.1 million at the box office.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
So it's just I'm fascinated then by like, how does The End of Oak Street get made?
Yeah, and he wrote it too.
Yeah.
So this is an original film, original story, and I don't know. I mean, I guess there's the appeal of dinosaurs. Anytime you mention dinosaurs, there's a...
But like this has a budget estimated between 80 to 92 million.
Oh, wow, almost $100 million. Wow.
And is it enough that... Well, J.J. Abrams is a producer, and this is
Bad Robot.
Produced through Bad Robot.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is distributing it.
Yeah.
You get Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway. Like,
yeah.
It's so funny to me to look at Mitchell's previous films and think, like,
true.
Where are you looking at this and saying, my gosh, let's give this $100 million?
My thinking is that he made them believers. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this could have been released in January.
Yeah, it kind of... You know
what I mean?
It doesn't...
So...
I don't feel like there's been a big marketing push for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have cable, so...
Well, I just think back to when we were kind of pitching ideas, what's going to be the August episode of Vick's Flicks.
Yeah.
You're like, well, there's this End of Oak Street movie, and I don't know, it's like Anne Hathaway and dinosaurs, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, if we've got an episode we can plan around, I'll do it.
It sounded the most interesting of what August had to offer.
Yeah.
But
that was...
You didn't know.
Like, I'm going in completely dark on it. And, I mean, started seeing, like, stuff on social media within the last week or so, but it just kind of confuses me. It's like, why am I not hearing about this until right up near it? And
yeah, it's true.
It got a little bit of word of mouth publicity.
Yeah.
Early reviews were pretty kind to it, but it kind of feels like, in a way, this film just kind of popped up out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, don't forget, this is summer blockbuster season.
And I think it being at the tail end of this summer blockbuster season, and people, I mean, you're still having to wait in line for tickets to see Odyssey. I mean, it's easy to be overshadowed because a lot of the people that probably would go see a dinosaur movie would also see a Nolan movie and a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Question is, how many times have they already seen those two to come see your movie.
Yeah.
But I do think like a word of mouth could help, and I also do think the reviews have been pretty positive, and it's kind of the last one of the summer where you can enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
And there has been at least a little bit of a time of people have already seen those Spider-Man and Odyssey probably at least 2 or 3 times.
I will say this. This is a damn good movie to go drink a couple gin and tonics at the theater bar and then mosey on into.
Yeah. Yeah. I was sipping on a cold beer and it was nice.
It's fun. It's a fun movie.
It came out at a good time. Like I'm actually glad it came out in the summer. Like around this time in the summer. So it does feel perfectly placed within the movie season, and it is a fun movie. And there's a lot of tense moments. There's a lot of thrilling moments, and there is some humor in it, you know?
Well, let's dig into the strengths of the film.
First, let me just say, because
go ahead.
I don't know if anybody's had quite a year like Anne Hathaway has of 2026.
I mean, it's been
I think she's
pretty good.
I think she's the best in the film. I really liked what she did as the mother, trying to keep it together, but also she's not hiding in closet. She's out there doing it, getting blood on her hands, carrying around a shotgun ready to blow dinos away.
Yeah.
But for people keeping track, so she's been in a movie called Mother Mary, which was a David Lowery movie, and she's fantastic in. It's probably the least watched of all of her movies of this year, but it's great.
Yeah.
She was in Devil Wears Prada 2, which she's...
Big hit.
Yep, which she's fun in that. Can't do that without her. I think she gives one of her best performances in The Odyssey.
I do too.
I could so see her being nominated for supporting actress. I could see her winning it. And she's great.
Yeah.
And then there's this one, which again, strongest performance by far. And she's
it's a little different from the other efforts. It is,
and you know what? What's kind of crazy is that each of these performances are vastly different. It's in a different movie, some different time period, everything. And then she still has one coming out that's based off a popular book that has Dakota Johnson and Josh Hartnett in it. I think it's called Verity.
It's a Coho book called Colleen Hoover, and it is called Verity. Yes,
it is called Verity.
So
that's
announced
up for
this
debate.
to my wife a couple of weeks ago, and she's just like, "Old news. Everybody knows."
But Verity's not the name of the book. The book's name is different, I think.
No, I think the book.
It is.
According to Wikipedia.
All right, well, never mind. I must be thinking about a different one.
But yeah, that's...
Okay. Is that Colleen... What's her real name?
Colleen Hoover.
Okay. And she did the Blake Lively movie, right?
It Ends With Us, and then there's another one that came out
Reminders
this year.
of Him.
Reminders of
That's
Him.
It. I never watched it, but it came out.
I didn't either. I thought Ends With Us was
I never watched that either.
That's fine. You're not missing anything.
I feel like this is like Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, it is. Like there's a cult of Coho, so to speak. Like,
well, I can
we
see
have.
that.
If you go down to our living room after we record, there's probably 16 of her books in our living room.
Yeah. Well, she's not. I mean, your wife's not the only one. It's a booming business. But I just wanted to start things off by just saying Anne Hathaway. I feel like she has. I don't know what kind of break she was on, or if she was just filming all these and everybody decided 2026 was just it, and now she's about to become a mom again.
Yeah.
But she's done enough to last another 10 years.
Yeah, man. I mean, she's been active pretty much 2023. She's been in a couple,
she
2
was
to
in
3
that great
movies.
Amazon Prime movie.
What was that? Are you thinking
The Idea of You?
The Idea of You. Yeah, rom-com that
she was great.
Pretty good. I loved her in Eileen.
Oh,
that was just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Making a bit of a comeback, would you say, or did she ever really go away?
I think maybe she's just in higher profile movies, right? You got a heck of a sequel 20 years later that ends up grossing hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Odyssey's past $1 billion. Like I said, Mother Mary, honestly, is probably the best because, one, she's co-starring in it with, what's her name? Michaela something. She's also in The Christophers with Ian McKellen. But they're great together. But that performance is probably her best. But, I mean, my God, compare that. I mean, but I think End of Oak Street and Odyssey, put those together. And then she's also, again, she's a... Devil Wears Prada 2 doesn't work without her. Yeah. Right? I mean, I know there's Meryl Streep. I get it. But so I'm just amazed. But then Ewan McGregor, I don't know the last thing I've seen him in.
Listen.
Because I didn't watch no Disney shows.
If you're here for some hoochie daddy Ewan McGregor.
Oh.
You get it in the End of Oak Street.
Yeah,
those
you do.
Short shorts.
Yeah.
Swinging a baseball bat around.
Yep.
Swinging a sledgehammer at dinosaurs.
Yep, at dinosaurs. That's right. Yep.
I thought he was fantastic in this.
I liked him. I really did like him, and I liked them two together. I thought they made an adorable married couple.
The family is good. The two kids are great too.
Yeah, and I remember telling you, as much as like, there's things that might kind of throw you off a bit. This movie would not be as good as it is if those performances weren't so stellar. Yeah. It would not work. You've got some real pros in there.
I am looking at Ewan McGregor's filmography for the last couple of years, and I have not heard of anything since Birds of Prey in 2020. 6 years ago. The only film that I've heard of since then that he's been in is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
But he's in something called The Land of Sometimes this year.
Maybe that's not out like national.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Okay.
Mother Couch.
No.
Bleeding Love. Is American drama film starring real life father and daughter Ewan and Clara McGregor.
Oh, no.
Pinocchio was in 2022. By the way, there's a gap from 2023 to 2026 in his filmography. Was he doing TV or something?
Well,
then?
He does do, and I don't know if it's between these years, but he does do an Apple TV series like where him and a guy go riding motorcycles around town.
There is is it This Long Way Home?
Yeah, and then
on refurbished vintage motorcycles.
Yep. And they've done a couple of versions of that.
He did the series adaptation of the Immortals novel, A Gentleman in Moscow, which I never watched, but I've got the book sitting on my shelf over there. I didn't watch it,
but I do remember that.
And then he did the Obi-Wan series in 2022. That's 4 years ago. So and
I think he did a series before that got him where he played twins. Am I thinking of the right thing? Maybe this is A Gentleman in Moscow that I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Chris Rock played twins in the Fargo show. Maybe that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, The Gentleman in Moscow. I never watched that. I wanted to though.
So yeah, have you heard of Raymond and Ray?
Yes.
Ewan McGregor and Ethan Hawke.
Yes, that was an Apple TV movie.
That was 2022.
Yeah. The
Birthday Cake. And then Birds of Prey, Star Wars, Dr. Sleep.
He ain't no Anne Hathaway.
Zoe, Christopher Robin. Like he was on a roll.
Those.
We get into the 2010s and it makes like
now we're talking The Island.
What a strange turn, because I remember I remember, I don't know, maybe we're forgetting some, like people are going to be listening to this pounding the table like he went to rehab, idiots. Or something like that.
I think he's had his life together for quite a while.
So,
and maybe he was just a family. Maybe he's just like the hell with this.
Could be.
Did his wife have a new baby or something?
I don't know. We should have researched it before we started recording. Was he at the red carpet
with his pregnant belly out?
He could have been.
I wasn't paying attention, but he's great in this. I really like the dynamic between him and Hathaway. I think part of it. So when the movie starts, we kind of get a little bit of an introduction of sort of kind of where this family's at in their lives as far as their son, who's kind of in trouble for breaking a kid's arm, and the brother wants to kick his ass.
Yeah.
The daughter, hers kind of comes later, as far as I think, kind of becoming into her own and a certain kind of identity, I think. And then there's Hathaway and McGregor, who is kind of their marriage is on the rocks, and he's kind of been lying about being laid off, and he's a pizza delivery guy, but clearly there's other things, and she keeps saying he wants him to be honest and things like that. And at first I like that aspect of it. I like where, like, okay, I see, like, this is kind of where they're at in their lives, and things are about to get a lot worse, but this is what, it's a familiar trope as far as, like, they're gonna work this shit out because of the dinos wreaking havoc, and they're gonna find their way. The only thing that I kind of found a little disappointing is that they don't really ever capitalize on what is initially told to us, especially about the marriage. Like, there's kind of the argument that happens, and then there's kind of a rekindling of sorts in a car.
Go ahead, finish your point.
Well, that was it. Like, but it seemed like we kind of started to give up on that, and then by the end, it's not. The reunion of sorts is not that. It doesn't feel earned to me.
I felt like a lot of the emotional checkpoints in this movie, if you will, were things that were just kind of presented to us in brief moments in passing.
They are
so
brief.
It's like, we're going to show Greg sneaking a drink of whiskey in the garage when no one's around. And now Greg's got a drinking problem. And
right.
like, we're going to just
with
mention.
Honesty. It all, Greg's things is honesty. They beat that drum pretty loud most of the time.
But it's kind of like we're just going to show you this so you get the idea, but let's get back to the tense moments with the dinosaurs.
And
I think it puts up a barrier. Like, we can't really connect with that because you're not seeing those things acted out. And
to your point about the kind of brief explanations, is she talks about how she smells it, and she needs him with her, and that's when he kind of confesses about the job and stuff. And then that's kind of it. Like that's supposed to kind of fix it in a way. And I just don't, it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't come across that way.
It doesn't, that style of storytelling, it doesn't have, by the time you get to the end, it takes away from the emotional impact of what is supposed to be like a happy ending.
Yes.
Because you didn't really go through the lows of the relationship with them.
Right.
You're just aware that the lows are there, and our characters may be feeling certain things, but we as the audience don't really feel them ourselves. It feels like more of a, you know what, we'll throw this layer into our tense dinosaur movie.
Well, it's kind of like you want this kind of underlying thing about, like, a reason to care, but also showing, like, real problems that happen.
Yeah.
But there's not enough attention put on it because in the end, it is this dinosaur movie. And even though you might sprinkle it throughout, it's the foundation is never there.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to build on top of foundation that's not there, I mean, it's bound to be wobbly almost all the way through, and it is. And you are kind of robbed of that happy ending at the end because of that and what happens that I'm going to let you talk about, because it does take you out of everything else that, as far as tone and vibe, this movie has.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen, I still think you can kind of still get there.
Yeah.
Obviously through a different means, but it also just kind of stinks because it's just not as effective as it should be if you're going there.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Well,
again, spoiler, and
this
some
is
more
your
spoiler.
This is your last chance to
right.
stop. I will give David Robert Mitchell credit for this. He did something in a movie in 2026 that genuinely shocked me. And
I didn't see it coming. That's for sure.
I don't mean like it's so scary or anything like that. I mean, literally just from a narrative standpoint, something that I did not see coming that really flips the end of Oak Street entirely on its head.
Here I am thinking, I hope the dog lives when
I know
somebody else. Yeah.
So like credit for that because it is an original
yes.
idea that
not as iconic as the example I'm about to say, but it's sort of the, Janet Leigh in the shower in Psycho.
I never saw Psycho.
Okay, well, a famous person getting it in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
This one's not so much in the middle of the movie.
Drew Barrymore at the beginning of Scream.
Yes,
maybe.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, So that's the choice we've made.
The decision to kill off Greg in the manner where he swings a sledgehammer at a dinosaur.
Correct.
To get it away from Denise.
Correct.
Saves her life.
That's right.
And then
knocks the dinosaur down with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. And then the dinosaur gets up, grabs him by the leg, slings him around, throws him onto the dirt, and then eats him.
Right.
And it's all like a matter of 2 seconds.
You see Greg missing a leg, and then the dinosaur's mouth goes in.
And it is so jarring because up until that point, I'm with it on the old school Spielberg vibes, the summer blockbuster popcorn movies.
Yeah.
It's just so sudden and violent. And I get that, like, to go back to what I said earlier about, putting a sprinkle of realism in this movie where we're going to put feathers on the dinosaur and we're going to entertain the idea of actually explaining how this is possible through wormholes and time loops and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I get that, like, if you're attacked by a dinosaur in real life, it's probably not going to be very dramatic. It's probably going to be getting slung around.
They probably
and then
wouldn't have even made it this long.
Yeah, exactly. My problem is that tonally, the scene is so visceral and just raw and instant, just like that. It's over.
Yeah.
That it's jarring to the point that it takes me out of the film because it is a
definitely
drastic tonal shift from fun summer popcorn movie to like, this is kind of a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
I did not want to see this.
And the family's reactions are kind of obviously shocked and sad. But then even when it's kind of like time to remember, it doesn't spend a whole lot of time on any of that.
Yeah.
I just imagine like watching E.T. and like an hour into it, E.T. killed Elliot.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. I thought this was going, like, it is jarring and it's shocking. And it's almost like, hey, good for you, Mr. Mitchell, to have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
But I also don't really think it benefits the story.
Yeah, I don't
and
either.
I think that's my real
a shocking twist.
Confusion is that now I'm not saying there is a piece of it at the end that is very much a reunion.
Yeah.
But I don't think you even need to go specifically down that route to do it. So if you're going to do that, I wish it was for for the greater good, and I'm having trouble seeing that.
I think it's one thing if you want to have some sort of tonal shift where we get into the end game of this film and it's like, well, this is something completely different than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's different.
If you're going to remind everybody of natural dominion and humans' place on the food chain, that sort of thing, like
the real threat,
ride it out. Like if you want to make that change in the movie that way. Mm-hmm. And you and I were talking about it. Like, I thought once they killed Greg that it was going to be a thing where maybe the kids get back, but Denise gets eaten too.
The parents are sacrificing for
the
kids.
And I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's, where this thing is going. But then Denise kind of takes over. She gets the kids back to 1982 and we get this reunion at the end. And it's almost like we've circled back for this to be that like summer blockbuster popcorn flick. And I'm like, in my brain is burned the image of Greg Platt missing a fucking leg in his front yard. And I'm like, you can't change the stakes like that and then go back to what it was before.
But see, and that's it, is that it kind of shifts back into the gear it was before. And it's almost like it almost comes across as not really acknowledging the shift you've just done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's almost like that, like it's for the surprise, but that's it. And I think it needs to be more if you're going to do something like that. If I could go back to Psycho, that shower scene meant something for the rest of the movie. It was meant to be. And so I just don't think there's enough there to justify it. But it does take you out of it, because then, and again, not that there's not cool scenes before and after it, but you just kind of like pulled the rug out from us.
Yeah.
But why? Like, what was the real payoff? Because what we do get, I just don't think it's quite good enough.
Yeah, I would agree. It's been a while since I've seen a movie that I was really vibing with, that had one of those rug pull moments where like my negative feelings about the end of Oak Street are pretty singularly based. Like it's that one decision, the one decision to do that.
But it's a big decision.
Kind of unraveled the rest of the movie for me.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was just thinking like, I don't know, that's fucking lame.
I didn't mind the ending, but it does not feel the same because of that creative choice.
Yeah.
I was more pumped about the dog coming back.
Yeah, I'm very happy they did not kill the dog, because I thought that's where I'm like, well, what's next? They're going to just rip the dog's head off in front of the kids.
Rip that leg off and just keep on going, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and we forgot to mention that Denise was also, she's kind of playing the type of like, her husband is out and he's kind of providing, and she wants to be a writer. She's hidden that from him. That kind of comes full circle at the end. And it references why the movie's titled what it is, but even that is not fully explored. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's, I think so many things are just left. Like, I just feel like Mitchell assumes some things because he has to get to what, I mean, really people are going for, which is the dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. But he also he's kind of letting those other parts that we get introduced to at the beginning, he's kind of letting that stuff fall to the wayside. And it is a bit disappointing, because there's more there.
Yeah.
Like you had one of flashes of it.
I feel like there's a really good book in this story.
Well, Denise wrote it.
Touche. Where did you land at on a star rating?
This one's tough, because it really kind of went back and forth between like a 2.5 and 3. Yeah. But I will say I loved its setting. Mm-hmm. The dinosaur stuff is cool. There are some funny moments. There's also, I mean, it is goofy, but I can't deny that a lot of it is exciting and entertaining, and it's what you want from a movie like this. And that means that goes a long way. And especially in this day and age, like if this even reminds you 70-75% of some of those like fun, crazy movies from the 80s and 90s, then I'd say Mitchell did all right. So
fair enough.
I think I could give it a 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
But I was kind of in the same boat. Like I was firmly like, this is probably a 3.5.
Yeah.
And then Greg gets eaten, and I'm like, fuck this movie.
Yeah. For
the rest of the time.
But there's so many little things, like performances mean a lot in a movie like this, and there's no issue with that. Again, I think Hathaway is the strongest.
Is the strength of the film to me.
Yeah.
Hathaway, number 1. Ewan McGregor, Hoochie Daddy Shorts, number 2.
Right. really liked how Anne Hathaway was kind of always seemed to be placed in the role that a male actor would have been in during that time. She's the one that is carrying a gun. It's not Ewan McGregor. She's also kind of like, oh, she's a stay-home mom. But if you notice, she's the one that is sort of like, she's more aggressive. She's more kind of thinking about stuff, doesn't want to bullshit the kids about what this may be and how their lives may be from here on out. I think one of the best things is that what I think, especially during a certain time period, which this movie is based in, is the father/husband would confront the neighbor. But Denise even says, my husband might not do it, but I'm telling you. So there's that confrontational part of it. I really like that. And I almost feel like I could see the attraction of that role for Hathaway too. And also to be in a pretty entertaining dinosaur movie. That doesn't come across that often unless it's a Jurassic World thing. So, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff to enjoy about it, but I'm with you. I can't say it's like the greatest, and I also feel like there's things that could have been done better. And then there is that one decision, and it can never fully come back from it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember another movie that, like, it's definitely happened. I just can't think of one right now where, like, that one thing was kind of like, oh,
it's enough to do it.
Yeah.
Pull you out of it.
Yeah.
Quick note before we get out of here. I could not for the life of me place where I knew Maisie Stella from, who plays Audrey, the daughter in this.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. She is the younger Elliot in My Old Ass from a couple of years ago.
Oh.
Another fantastic movie. She's done some good stuff.
She has done some good stuff. I love that movie. That was funny with Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. So,
what about the kid, the son? I mean,
the son. I don't know Christian.
I feel like he was a younger kid in something. And he's like, he like grew up really fast.
Let's see what his filmography is in. Oh, he was in a deleted scene in Venom.
Probably is like a young.
He played Henry in Cocaine Bear.
Maybe that's it.
He was in The Monkey.
Okay.
Oh, he was a young Victor Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Oh, was it? Maybe. Oh, that's probably what I remember him most, because he probably looks somewhat the same. I knew he looked familiar. I just couldn't place him.
Yeah.
But
so
listen, I just want to say, I think the summer movie season could have ended worse.
Absolutely.
And it has ended worse.
It has ended worse, yeah.
So usually it ends with like some Expendables movie.
Or I was just about to say another Hobbs and Shaw.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's a fun time. And it is what it is. That's okay.
There we go.
I'm fine with it.
Well said. That's going to do it for this episode of
Poor
the
Greg,
Vicks.
though.
The Vicks Fix. Yeah, no kidding. The Vicks Flicks podcast. Rate, review, subscribe. Nashville Movie Dispatch. Wherever you're taking your shows, we're out there. Of course, all of our work is at NashvilleMovieDispatch.substack.com. He's Brandon. I'm Stoney. And until next time, you stay classy, moviegoers.